This is no fap. Pay attention. Your body is like a cyclical machine, and you can prime yourself for performance, okay? It's not voodoo magic. It's not bro science. Pay attention. It's not a fad. You can harness your, energy. You can transmutate and focus this into very positive outcomes for yourself. All right, boys, can we switch it into gear into some increase your testosterone naturally and never get rejected again is the title. Neuroscientist. I think it has something to do with we need to switch it up, dude. These videos drain me. My brain is shutting off.
Look, I'm in my mid-40s, and I can tell you that you can get and maintain very healthy testosterone levels without TRT if you do the right things, the behaviors, the nutrition, all the other stuff. This is often not discussed or overlooked in the discussion about testosterone therapy and performance-enhancing drugs. Low enough testosterone prevents people from sleeping, exercise, social connection, etc. So I do want to acknowledge that. I actually think it's worse than that. I think that they simply don't understand and don't care. And then they end up with issues like joint pain, memory issues, and severe drops in libido. But it actually shuts down the desire and aggression, never get to reproduce. In fact, they never even get to have sex at all. And we don't often think about that, but testosterone plays a powerful role in determining which members of a given species will get to reproduce, which ones of that species will actually get access to females. That the higher levels of testosterone correlate with access to females. The females are detecting which males have high testosterone and...
Oh, did you hear that? Females can detect which males have high testosterone and select for it. I keep telling you, body language, super important. Boys, avoid drinking tap water. Avoid heating up your food in plastic containers. Avoid washing your body with soaps, with shampoos, with conditioners that have 1,000 ingredients in there you can't even pronounce. Avoid eating processed carbs. If it comes in a box, if it had to be made by a man with machinery, if it doesn't come out of the ground, if it doesn't come off an animal, avoid eating it.
Selecting them. But it's actually more so that the males that have higher testosterone forage further and will fight harder for the females. So today we're going to talk about how you can optimize the ratios depending on your particular life goals, because the ratio of estrogen and testosterone in every individual has profound influence on feelings of well-being, feelings of optimism, feelings of anxiety or lack of anxiety, on reproduction, on behavior independent of reproduction. They are profoundly powerful molecules, and we all make these molecules to some degree or another, but they're also important behavioral tools, supplementation tools, as well as prescription drugs that can impact the ratios of testosterone and estrogen in really powerful ways. So we're going to cover all of that. In males, it's interesting to point out that testosterone is promoting seeking of but it's also estrogen in males that's important for libido. If estrogen levels are brought too low, then men will completely lose their libido. So testosterone promotes seeking behavior. And the real question then is, does itself promote testosterone? And the answer is somewhat complicated, but the short version is yes. And it has multiple stages. So there's the physical act of sex, there's the seeking of sex, and then there's orgasm and ejaculation. Now, it's important to distinguish between these because whether or not sex itself increases testosterone depends on whether or not the male ejaculates. But then after ejaculation, there's a release of prolactin, and prolactin actually sets the refractory period in males during which he can't have sex again. So there are studies showing that sexual behavior itself can increase testosterone. Men who observe, so I guess this would be observing pornography, they had increases in testosterone that were very modest, of about 10%. Whereas when people participated in sex, they actually did this study where people had blood draws and they had real sex with their partners, they had 70% increases in testosterone. So there are increases in testosterone that are quite significant during the physical act of sex, and far less so during observing sex. Whether or not ejaculation adjusts testosterone levels. And it turns out that ejaculation itself does not reduce testosterone levels, although it will increase prolactin levels for the reasons I described a moment ago. However, abstinence or sex without ejaculation for a week or more will increase.
This is no fap. Pay attention. Your body is like a cyclical machine, and you can prime yourself for performance, okay? It's not voodoo magic. It's not bro science. Pay attention. It's not a fad. You can harness your, sexual energy. You can actually transmutate and focus this into very positive outcomes for yourself.
Increase testosterone levels up to 400%. So the answer is actually complicated. It's not straightforward. What it means is that itself increases testosterone. However, abstinence also increases testosterone even further. So it's a nuanced answer. And you have to understand that nuance if you want to understand how certain behaviors impact hormones and how hormones impact those behaviors. One of the quickest ways to boost someone's testosterone is to have them achieve a win. Repeated failures take testosterone levels lower than they would be otherwise. If you want to optimize testosterone and estrogen, you need to get your light viewing behavior correct. But it means getting anywhere from 2 to 10 minutes of bright light exposure in your eyes early in the day, getting increases in dopamine that are going to promote the production of testosterone and estrogen.
And what he means by that is as sunrise is happening wherever you live, go out for a walk. If you can wake up and go out for a little walk,
estrogen to healthy levels.
Amazing.
Viewing bright light within the first hour of waking, whether or not it's from artificial light or ideally from sunlight, has these powerful effects on sleep and wakefulness. But we have to return to this if you want to understand how light can impact hormones, because hormones, light and dopamine have a very close-knit relationship, so much so that your light viewing behavior can actually have a direct effect on hormone levels and fertility. It can have a direct effect on hormone levels and libido. It can have a direct effect on hormone levels and your ability to heal quickly. So bright light early in the day and throughout the day is great. View as much bright light, ideally sunlight, as you can. Getting a lot of light in your eyes is not just about adjusting your sleep-wake rhythms. It's also about optimizing your steroid hormones. And avoiding bright light in the middle of the night is not just about not disrupting your sleep. It's also about optimizing the steroid hormones. And things like ice baths and cold showers can have positive effects on the steroid hormones, both testosterone, mainly in males, and estrogen, mainly in females. You're cooling the neurons that control vasoconstriction and vasodilation and shutting down the entry of blood, or at least reducing it, and hormones into the gonad. Then stimulate the gonad to release more testosterone, or would stimulate the gonad to release more estrogen. If you want to increase testosterone, weight training with heavy loads, but not to failure, seems to be the best supported, at least scientifically supported, solution to that. When moving heavy loads, but not to failure, that has to provide some sort of feedback signal either to the gonad to produce more testosterone or is increasing the activity of receptors in the body. Now, it may not raise your testosterone levels as high as you want, but it's definitely taking things in the correct direction. Okay, so now let's talk about the role of specific compounds, many of which can be taken in supplementation form in order to optimize steroid hormones. And again, I just want to emphasize that I'm not suggesting anyone take anything or stop taking anything. This is purely for informational purposes, but some of the data on these is quite striking and impressive. It's very clear that certain collections of nutrients are useful for promoting testosterone and estrogen production in their proper ratios. And those things are what I would call the sort of usual suspects. Vitamin D, which is important for so many biological functions, including endocrine functions, zinc, magnesium, etc. I personally have supplemented with zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D for years. Now, for people that aren't getting prescribed TRT but want the increase in testosterone, there are these plant compounds like tonga ali. So tonga ali, about 400 milligrams per day, has the effect of raising free testosterone and overall testosterone by about 100 to 200 points. And another one, which is very interesting, it's a Nigerian shrub called Phaedogia agrestis, and it mimics luteinizing hormone, which is the hormone that comes out of the hypothalamus that stimulates the testes if you got those and the ovaries if you've got those to make more testosterone or estrogen. And so those two herbal supplements together can give a significant boost in free and active testosterone.
So you said Tongat Ali can give you 100 to 200?
Yeah, about that.
Well, what does the other one give you?
Christian, is a water filter also good? Like Brita? No, it sucks. It does not remove everything you need it to. There are chemicals in there that the standard water filter will not remove.
Phaedogia is usually taken at about 600 milligrams The most dramatic effect I've ever seen was somebody who had his testosterone down in the low twos, or I think it was like low twos, and he got it up to the 700 range, that's an outlier, right? Most people are going to see about a 300 to 400 point increase. Fitogia will actually make the testes grow. It's a noticeable difference.
Everybody wants that.
There you go. That's a good one that I want to put it up on the channel so you guys can start taking some of these protocols. Reverse osmosis, it's good, but make sure you re-add some of the minerals that'll be missing from there, because you don't want to drink super pure water either. Groundwater used to have all the things naturally that we would need to keep it balanced. And for the love of God, no distilled water, guys. You can actually harm yourself and strip your body of nutrients, or minerals, I should say, sorry, if you do things like distilled water. Distilled water is used for very specific things. And yeah, if you check, there's a website where you can check the, I forgot what it was called. You can check your water quality here in the United States, at least publicly, and see. Let me look up this website right now for you guys so you can see what this looks like. All right, guys, let me show you this website so you can see how the crazy stuff that's in your water. And this is, you're showering in it and you clean your food in it. So check this out. It's called EWG. This is for America, by the way. It's called EWG.org. Bro, can you not? Okay. And here's the contaminants. And you can put your city in. Check your tap water to see how bad it is. It says 8, and this is the Phoenix area where I live, 8 has exceeded EWG health guidelines. They found 20 contaminants in the water here. Let me turn this off. It doesn't get copyright. This is Phoenix, guys. We have arsenic, potential effect cancer. In Phoenix, we have 1,266 times the health guideline. The legal limit is 10. The utility measured 5.06. The health guideline says you need 0.004 parts per billion, I'm assuming is what it is. This is Phoenix. We have over 2.6 times the chlorite, over 20 times the chromium, over 121 times the haloacetic acids. Don't know what the fuck that is, but it probably isn't good for you. HAA5. Then we have more of them. Potential effects: cancer, change in blood chemistry, cancer, nitrate, cancer, radium, cancer, total trihalomethanes, cancer, 276 times, 316 times the healthy limit. You say Arizona is effed? Hey, where do you live? Where do you live, Jose? Go on. And by the way, this is other contaminants tested. Those are just the ones that exceeded, guys. This is what exceeded. Others detected right here. We got barium, bromate, chlorate, chromium, molybdenum, manganese, germanium, fluoride. There is so much shit in here. And they test for everything. Look, here you go. And this tells you what can get this out. So activated carbon for somebody that said your Brita filter, not removing the arsenic. If you live in Phoenix, good luck, buddy. Nitrates, nope. Radium, nope. Look at all these. Chromium, fluoride, all the metals, nope. Selenium, nope. Strontium, nope. Reverse osmosis takes the most out. Ion exchange, a little better than just your activated filter. Do New York. All right, let's do New York, guys. So let's see. Menu, database, home, I believe, and I can search New York. Give me a zip code. I need a zip code. What's a New York zip code? 93306. Oh, that's California, San Jose. All right, view utility. Let's see. 14 exceeded. Here we go. You have arsenic, bromodichloromethane, chloroform, over 19 times the chloroform, 34 times the chromium, dibromoacetic acid. What the all I see is cancer, 269 times, 660, nitrates and nitrites. Look at all this shit. Trichloroacetic acid, cancer, uranium. Bro, LA's got uranium over 3.5 times the legal limit, or what should be the legal limit, the health guideline. And you wonder how we're living in NPC land where our water's not even clean. What's another one we wanted to look at? 14623. Where are you at? 14623. What you got here? Biggest town where you're at, Rochester Authority. 11 exceeded guidelines. 11. 10954. Let's go. 10954. New York. Here we go. 16 New York exceeded guideline. 50 total contaminants. 50. Arsenic. All this other shit. Look, here you go. I'm not gonna read all these. Oh my God. You got 5 times the uranium, buddy, over in New York. No wonder those rats are so goddamn big. You have mutant rats because they're literally bathing in uranium. 84057. We'll look up one more. 84057. Is that what it was? Yep. Utah. What do you think has the cleanest water? 7. 7 in here too. Who has to have the cleanest water, guys? Florida 33064. 33064. View this utility. 6. With 16 total contaminants. So these are what's going over the limit, but then you have others detected, guys. Holy hell. So fucking New York had 50. Try North Dakota, Alaska. Okay, Alaska. What's an Alaska zip code? What's like the farthest decent sized Alaska town? Someone give me an Alaska zip code. 99513. 12. Alaska's not clean. Sorry, buddy. Arsenic problems, chromium, chloroform, 15 times the chloroform. Oh my Lord. Radium, 4 times. Cancer, 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 cancer. How the hell are we getting so much cancer? How are people's hormones so messed up? Unreal, bro. So by the way, I'm not going to look up anymore. We'll go into the next episode. It's called, I'm going to post this in the chat right now so you can put and check your tap water, guys. Here you go. Shock yourselves. There it is. Live outside LA. The only thing keeping here is my volunteer work that I'm super dedicated to. Thanks, brother. Let me put this up for you guys. There it is. Enter your zip codes, put that in there, see your water tested by a third-party source, and absolutely avoid it. There's nothing you can do. If you can somehow afford a bottled water and you can wash your food in it, cook in it, if you can, cook in bottled water if you can afford it. Shower, you have no choice, dude. You can't shower in bottled water, so just do your best, bro. Yeah, bet you didn't know that one, did you?